Scene one, take one.
Yeah, well, we've one chance, that's all we get.
Okay.
Like a kilo on a 500 time trial, one chance.
All over that.
How's it go?
Action.
Who introduced you to track cycling? How'd that come about?
Well, Dad just looked up the Yellow Pages because where we grew up there was no cycling club in Middlemount, and the closest one through looking through the Yellow Pages was in Mackay, 300k from where we lived.
Yeah.
Dad drove us in one weekend when he was off shift work, and we fell in love with it. I wasn't very good at it when I first started, but I had a lot of fun, made a lot of friends, and looked forward to those weekend trips when we headed in.
So with the BMX background, no fear, that side of things you're fine, but just need to fine tune things a bit? Yeah,
I think so. I think BMX gave me a really good base for high cadence pedaling, for a bit of argy-bargy, having the elbows out and tight tussle racing.
All the fun stuff?
Yeah, all the fun stuff. Bit of skill work too with the jumping and the starting and the acceleration, and sometimes being from the country, you'd get a snake crawl across the track, so you would pedal very, very fast to get away from it.
Try and jump it?
No, or try and jump. No, I rode fast. That was always my option. But when I came to track cycling, I was, and had to go at the sprinting side of it. I was really small physically at the age of 11, so I was never competitive. I always made up numbers until I was about 16 when I filled out and started to physically develop and could challenge then.
And chasing big sis around?
Yes,
Kerry?
Chasing big sis around. She was pretty phenomenal as a junior.
Yes.
I remember she rode, at that age there were no categories below under 17.
Yeah.
So when she was age 13, she rode 2 categories up into the under 17 range and won national titles against girls 4 years older.
I remember that clearly,
Yeah.
So that itself, having, I know, myself and my older brother's a sibling rivalry, and I was the youngest, so I was wanting, to be as quick or as, as good as my brother. So I'm sure that was the same with you. That would have helped.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's nothing more that drives you than sibling rivalry at the time. Yeah. Whether it's for the front seat of the car or the best part of the meal that is served at the dinner table. We had some really fun fights and some really fun experiences as kids growing up, and I think being the baby of the family, you have an element of protection from the entire family, but you also have an element of fight about you that develops in your character.
Yeah. Rio, not that far away. What are we, 12 months?
11.
Not that I'm counting.
Yeah, not that I'm counting either.
So, the progression now, the step up, the training, where you're at, you're looking good, you physically feel good.
I do.
Watching training earlier, you were moving pretty fast, so
thank you.
You've got to be pretty happy.
Yeah,
where it's headed.
I am. You may have experienced this in the latter part of your career, but as you get a little bit older, you almost have to work harder on the finer details to ensure that you can still physically perform on the track. And that's one thing that I picked up from Chris Hoy, actually, in discussing, just picking his brain a little bit around some of the issues that he had between Beijing and London, and the hope that I might be able to help myself as best I can between London and Rio.
Yep.
Obviously there's lots of new challenges coming through, lots of younger challenges as well. But where I'm at, I feel strong, I feel content, I believe in the team that I work with. I've got my goals, they're lofty, and I'm really excited just to give them a crack.
Yep.
A lot of people have asked me why I didn't retire after London on top, and for me, and you would appreciate this, no one can take from you what you've already achieved.
No.
And in my book, I only have the potential to add to that by contesting in Rio. And because I still have goals I want to achieve, and I'm loving what I'm doing, I don't see there a need, because I've been successful, to retire.
No need at all.
Yeah.
And that's it. You're loving it, and you're not getting slower. You're getting quicker.
Yes.
Why would you? Why would you say, "Hey, I've had enough"? But you still love it.
I do.
And you look at past the world champs just gone. You're still winning. You're getting faster. So,
yeah, that was an experience to win that 11th world title. very, very proud of that. That was one of the goals that I set for myself between London and Rio. And
well, that's it. 11 World Championship golds. To put you as the greatest female cyclist ever.
Yeah.
Not a bad little tag to have.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So
it makes me a bit giddy, actually, because in some environments, when I'm in the cycling environment, I'm like, yeah, that's who I am, I roll with that. But when I'm outside of that, I get really almost somewhat embarrassed by it.
Yeah. Well, but that's who you are. That's,
yeah.
You're obviously very confident and very driven, with cycling. But I don't think it's a bad thing, out of the bike scene to be like that.
Yeah.
Just at the end of the day, you see yourself. You're a normal person.
Yes, that's the thing.
You are.
I am a normal person.
You're a normal person.
I just do some really cool stuff.
Yeah. You ride fast and you lift heavy weights and you jump huge heights on box jumps, and which has been also well documented. So it's but all that sort of stuff. It's as you know, I don't need to tell you. It's that package of putting it all together, and at the end of the day, getting the result. And
very much so. One thing that I'm really proud of is how I've been able to be consistently successful for a long time. And that I feel has given me the profile that I have, and that I feel has given me many platforms to be able to share not just my sporting experiences, but some of the background work and some of the really key crucial people involved in the sport as well. And I feel happy to be educating people on some of that hard work that goes into pushing pedals at an Olympic level. Yeah,
and from my experience, people I chat to and the respect and just the people that look up to the way you carry yourself and what you've done for the sport, I think you've got to be proud of that.
I'm very
proud
of that.
Very proud. I wish you all the best for Rio and hopefully beyond. Who knows? Tokyo 2020.
We'll see about Tokyo.
Yeah, it won't get too far in. Anyway, 2016, all the best. And
thank you.
Anna, thank you very much for your openness and sharing your story and your journey. And
my pleasure. There's
pleasure.
no way I could say no to Shane Kelly.
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you.